Welcome to West Texas Droning. Take that, pavement. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. How you doing? West Texas Droning here. Got a little episode for you with three subjects I want to address. The first one I want to talk about is shortcut to screen recording on an iPhone or on an mini iPad. I hate it, and I'm trying to find a different way. We'll talk about that. Another issue I want to talk about is some further enhancements to the RCN2 controller using the iPad mini for the video. And lastly, I want to see if I can take my Neo out, run it down the street, and scrape it on the pavement. That sound like fun? Yes, it is. All right. Let's talk about the first thing. Starting screen recording on an iPhone or an iPad mini. How do you do it? You swipe down from the right. Nothing happens, so you do it again, you do it again, you do it again. And my wife tells me you have no sense of swipe. And she's right, I guess. It's probably genetic. I just can't do it right. It's frustrating. I have issues with starting a screen recording on an RC controller, that swipe down. That's a pain too. But it was particularly annoying on an iPhone or an iPad mini. And so I said, is there a way to fix that? And I went to the only person I knew I could trust, and that was Grok. And he said, hey, that's not a problem. All you have to do is go to Settings, Accessibility, Touch, Assistive Touch, and you get a little bitty gray circle on your screen, which you can move anywhere you want to put it. If it's in the way in one place, you can move it around. And you use that to create a shortcut to different kinds of menus. And the one I chose is the one recommended there, the optional but recommended tap and add the control center. But that's what I did, and I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. After I added it, you'll see I have that little gray circle in the right there, and that's just where I put it. And when I tap that, it takes me to this neat little menu here, which you get to if you swipe down. You get to Control Center, so I can just tap the Control Center icon there, and Viola, look what I have. Of course, I'm already recording now, so when I push the little screen record button, it's going to cut off. But I just wanted to show you how that worked and where it was, and as a partial fix to the frustration I felt every time I tried to do a screen recording and I had to do the swipe. That was a real pain. The other thing I want to talk about, number 2 on our list, is continuing to set up the RCN2 controller using the iPad mini for the video display. And last time, as you remember, we took it out and we tried it, and this was the result. No, it doesn't look very bright. Part of the excuse I have to give you is that I didn't have it on 100% brightness. I had it about 75%, so it does go brighter than that. The other issue, which you're probably familiar with, is glare. And if you remember in an earlier episode I did about get out of my glare, I found these screen protectors that have a matte finish. They are tempered glass. And I put one on my RC controller, one on my RC2 controller. I really like them. They are an improvement. They're not 100% fixed for operating in bright sunlight, but they sure did help. So I thought, I'm going to go ahead and try that on my iPad mini. So I sent off and I got one, and here it is. There's the box, and it's the same brand I'd used before, so I thought I could trust it. And I thought, well, I'm going to try it on my iPad mini, which you see over there to the side. So when you open the box up, this is what you see. The outer black square is part of the packaging. Inside there, you see another black frame, and that is something you use to properly center the glass screen protector so you don't get it crooked. And if you do it right and you smooth it from one side to the other, you can do it without getting any bubbles on it. Now make sure you clean your iPad screen off really, really good with the cleaners they gave you, and get all the dust off, and then you can apply it. And once you get it on there, there's the application frame that you put on there. When you get it on, it looks really good. And no matter what kind of YouTube screen you have there, see, it still looks good. Anyway, I really like how it came out, and it does cut the glare quite a bit. So I took it outside, and I'm going to do a test flight with it, and I'm going to see if I like the screen with the glass matte protector for glare, and then I'm going to also see if I can fly my DJI down this street and jam it into the ground. Let's go do that. Sounds like fun.
Takeoff. Approached edge of altitude zone. Home point updated.
So here we go. We're going to fly out into the yard and up and down the street. And I was operating in late afternoon, so I was in the shade, but you can see the sun was still up and it was still pretty bright out. But the iPad mini video with this screen protector worked pretty well. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Yeah, it could be brighter. Maybe one day somebody will come out with one that's 2,000 nits. But in the meantime, this is okay. And as I said, this is a backup controller for my RC2. In case it goes belly up, I'll have something I can fly my Air 3 with. So we'll go down the street, and we're going forward in normal mode and pushing down on the left stick, trying to get it to descend, and it's not wanting to. So we're going to try a few more passes with it and see what happens. Now, this guy decided he wanted to use my street. He did not have my permission, so I said, all right, I'll get it out of your way this time. So he's going. We're going to try a couple more passes here. And normal mode, full speed down the street, full down on the left stick, and that's as low as it's going. Of course, when I'm pushing down that hard, I kind of pull it to the side a little bit. But so if I can't hit the street, maybe I can hit a tree limb. Let's see. I can't even hit a tree limb when I'm trying. Now we're going to take a look out below to make sure there's no trees below me. We're going to descend down. I'm going to not go all the way down yet until I get moving forward so I don't initiate a landing. I want to see if it works while we're going down the street. As you remember on the episode in the FPV Hollow course that we flew down, I got real low to the ground, and I was surprised in that it didn't try to land, even when I was going pretty slow. So I was experimenting to say, well, could I have hit the ground? I'm pushing the stick all the way down, and you see this is about all it does, and then it kind of rebounds. So I have to kind of conclude here in a minute that something is preventing me from smacking it into the ground. And here we're back. We're going to set it down.
Landing.
And, of course, I was trying to figure out, well, evidently you can't crash this thing except going straight forward. And so I'm going to stop the recording, and we'll talk about our conclusion. I I asked Grok what the deal was. Can you not scrape this on the ground? Grok says, no, you can't do that. It's got downward facing vision sensors and infrared sensors, optical flow stuff. And it's not full obstacle avoidance, but it will still prevent you from hitting the ground going over the ground. Now this thing says it's from about a half of a meter in light as bright as 15 lux. I thought I got a little bit lower than half a meter. That would be about 18, 19 inches. I thought I was down maybe about 10 inches. I don't know, but it wouldn't go any lower than that. So I'm thinking, well, then you just can't crash a Neo. And it said, well, that's not true. And I said, well, that if I went up to altitude and I came down real fast, going forward real fast, say in sport mode, what would happen? Would it crash? And it goes, yeah, it's going to crash. Those optical flow sensors and infrared or whatever they are, the downward sensors will try to stabilize the Neo as it gets close to the ground, but too little, too late. And if you have enough downward speed and forward momentum already built up, you're going to smack it into the ground. But this was an interesting test because I was curious after flying down to Furhopper Hollow how this was going to work. Anyway, thank you so much for viewing this video. We ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, give us the old thumbs up, like, and we appreciate when you do that. It really helps the channel. And while you're here, I would ask a favor of you to visit a friend of our channels over at Wooden Shoe Droning. If you'll go over and check his site out, he's got some really good videos and good demonstrations and a good point of view. He's got an interesting point of view on what droning is all about, and we really respect his input and his ideas. So get a chance, go visit Wooden Shoe Droning. So we thank you for stopping by, and we say may God bless.